So we're out and about. It's like follow the yellow brick road, right? Why? Because it's yellow. That's why. This is for people who think it's a good idea to come out here in high heels. Women that come out here in high heels, because I can't think of any reason. Yeah, I'm dragging the beach scoop. I kind of was going to stay in the upper beach. So why don't we do a little bit of upper beach and see how this goes. I'm going to go down to the edge of the wet. I mean, I can do the beach, but, you know, pick your poison. All right, I see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to do back to the guard shack, the lifeguard shack, and we're going to do down to the kids. And that's a pretty good size area right there, believe it or not. Might be a good target. One thing about this metal detector that I noticed, these, I have to do a better job at knowing what a penny sounds like. Because a lot of times, I think it's one thing and it's another. All right, I'm not going to be able to get a penny out of there. I'm going to get hurt because there's all kinds of sharp aluminum in the bag, so we're not going to go fetch out a penny. But the next time I think I found a penny, I will test it. Anyway, screw caps, because they're made from dozens of different manufacturers, or at the very least, they're made from different metallurgies. Just looking at that tells me that's probably a screw cap, because it does not have a clean line, bottom left to top right. Follow? And because it doesn't have a clean line, it's telling you that either it's an odd shape. It could be a screw cap that is partially dented, bent, crushed. I think I'm going to go down to the bottom. I think this would be a lot more productive. We're going to go down to the edge of the wet where the detector starts to fritz out. Now, I know I could put it over in beach. We're going to stick to a plan. And that's all I got. Isn't that beautiful? Very quiet. Very quiet compared to where I just was. Very quiet. Just running a scan. I didn't really see instructions on the scanning, whether it was supposed to be down on the sand or it was supposed to be up in the air. Since I've seen more scanning done up in the air, that's how I'm doing my frequency scanning. So being that I'm down here, those of you who are still with me, I'll give you a couple more things that are going on here. We're running in full tones, which I like. And we'll go through the explanation of that another time. That's a pull tab. How do I know it's a pull tab? Because it's between 62 and 64. And that's a freaking pull tab off of a soda can or like the modern ones, not the old ones that beaver tails. So the other thing I was going to tell you is that when you're looking at the XY screen, and you only see like in the middle of a tiny little dot, or it doesn't come out from the I don't know if you guys remember your geometry, but the 0 point, the XY 0 point, if it's only coming out a small amount, it's telling you that it's deep. And that's a good indication right there just how deep it is. You can go, I want a bottle cap, I'm going to take it. You can zoom in farther. You can zoom all the way to like 8, maybe 9. That's up to you. I thought 6 was pretty good. You know, it's just a starting point. But when you're testing the zoom level, don't test it with the coin or the ring directly under the coil. Test it with it like 8-10 inches back from the coil. You'll see what I mean at that point. So I see it plain as day. It's 62 and it's a pull tab. It doesn't matter whether they're painted or they're not painted. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything to the metallurgy, and it doesn't do anything to how the VDI number. Yeah, so there's a lot to learn. I dropped everything. That's okay. The whole idea of metal detecting is to be detecting where people have spent time, because that's who's dropping coins. Not deer, not raccoons, people. So, yes, I'm being funny, and you just need to pay attention to areas that have been occupied by people. If people have never been there, you're not going to find anything, because raccoons didn't leave it. I could have gone down to Miami today. I was thinking about it. I think I'm going to save that for next week. You know, this is the first trip around the block with a detector, and I wanted to just see how it went. This is a bit of a more controlled environment. I haven't been out in a few weeks. With the price of fuel, I am frankly not going as often as I was. It's really expensive. It's extremely upsetting and disturbing how much fuel costs. It doesn't have to be this way. It's this way because the people in charge, he who has no name, who sits in the White House with no permission, like the appointed king, self-appointed, it doesn't have to be like this. But we're not going to go into that rant. I think everybody knows all the details. I don't have to tell anybody anything. Unless you've had your head under the sand or have been sleeping in a cave for the last year. You know what's going on. So we are just slightly north of Port Everglades. And make no mistake, Port Everglades is a very large port. This area, if it were wartime and we were thinking there would be enemy ships or subs off the coast, there would be a lot of activity here. This is where the enemy would come to. If we were trying to get shipments out to Europe, you can count on it. Here and all the way up. Baltimore, New York. Yeah, I have a horizontal line. That's why I'm not digging it. telling me it's iron. You think the people read the side of that soda can where it says recycle me? I'm hearing targets. Like I see this one, it's 86 and it's dancing all over the screen, and that's telling me that it's crap. So that's I'm not gonna even bother. It's not worth my time. It's a little bottle of wine with a aluminum screw top, and it's all over the screen around the low 70s. The amount of trash is just unbelievable. It's a really beautiful day. I'm happy to be out here. It can be difficult getting your ass out of bed. I appreciate that. I really do. So, for those of you in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale government, city government, you might be listening to this. You should be ashamed of yourselves for letting the beach look the way it does. It's disgusting. There's trash everywhere. I actually think it's worse than Miami. When you metal detect on the beach, you get an appreciation for what people... There goes a plastic bag right into the water. I'll see if I can stop it. You get an appreciation for what people do. And I'm not saying I appreciate what people do. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying those assholes don't think anything of leaving their trash. Here's a plastic bag. It's likely to be eaten by a turtle. They think it's a jellyfish. It's definitely low tide. I don't remember the last time I've seen it this low. I'm in the wet, but it's stable. By the way, when you metal detect, people are gonna be to the left, right, and center of you, and you cannot not let them get you going. Don't get distracted. It's very stable, even in the wet sand. And the coil got wet, it stayed stable. You can believe it. But I'm sticking to what I was planning to do, which was all right, for laughs and giggles, since we've been doing this for so long. We're going to run it beach sensitive. I'm not going to touch any of the settings. Salt sensitivity is at 7, sensitivity is at 95. I don't know where the iron's at. Iron volume's at 3. I'm turning it down. I'll put it on 1. I don't want to listen to iron. I was thinking this menu was going to be a monster, like difficult.